Does Floyd Mayweather, is he as rich as we think he is?
No.
Something strange has happened to a lot of 50 Cent's enemies. While 50 is known for defeating opponents in rap battles and online roasts, their lives have continued to be cursed long afterwards.
One of the organizers is the rapper Ja Rule. He tweeted out, while this is not his fault, he apologizes to everyone involved, and it's unclear at this point if any of those people will get their money back.
The extraordinary scene late today, federal agents moving in on homes in Los Angeles and Miami, homes belonging to music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
The picture was taken of him sitting here, and he was waiting for a flight. And I thought that was fake until Rick Ross actually came online and actually confirmed that he did indeed fly commercial.
And while a curse of some kind might seem a bit far-fetched, the coincidences and common threads are too difficult to ignore. The first person on the list is an example of someone whose downfall has finally been reached. And 50 Cent is somebody who's been under this person's net worth for many years, but was one of the earliest people to clown him. Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent both became legends in their respective fields during the 2000s. And despite operating in very different industries, there was one very common thread. Both of them loved to play the villain. When Floyd Mayweather trolled his Mexican-American opponent Oscar De La Hoya by wearing a sombrero to the ring, it was quite fitting that he was accompanied by 50 Cent. They became such good friends that they decided to set up a boxing promotions company together called Mayweather Productions. However, these plans came to a very sudden halt. In December of 2011, Mayweather was sentenced to 90 days in prison for a DV charge against a former girlfriend. 50 agreed to set up the business while he was in jail, but came across some glaring issues with this company.
As he was actually going in to jail, he asked me to help him with Mayweather Promotions.
Right.
Then as he actually got in and I took a look, I realized there is no Mayweather Promotions. There's no LLC, there's no seal, it's not incorporated, it's just
a name.
Yeah,
that comes out people's mouths.
Right. See, so technically, Floyd is a Golden Boy fighter. You see what I'm saying? He fights on every Golden Boy card. They do all the footwork on
like
every
the
show.
negotiations and the imprint, the paperwork.
They build the whole show. So when he says helping with Mayweather Promotions and it's not there, I go, okay, I know what he means. He wants me to
get it together,
put it together for him. So I do TMT Promotions. I get it all the way together. Sign the actual fighters. We had acquisition of Gamboa. It was like I had to negotiate a release. It was 1.2 million. Andre Durrell, IBF champion Billy Dip, WBA champion Celestino Calabero. So we brought them over. I brought them over while Floyd was, still incarcerated.
Yeah. And because Floyd was 50's friend and called himself Floyd Money Mayweather, 50 assumed that it would be relatively easy for Floyd to hand over half of the money that was already invested. However, he was sorely mistaken.
There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on where, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you'd already invested.
Yeah. Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. Right. So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over 2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh, man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face saying he didn't tell me to do that.
And then 50 was asked point blank if Mayweather was the person that he portrays himself as.
Does Floyd Mayweather, is he as rich as we think he is?
No.
So when we see the $1 million in the bag,
that money, light money, like he can get his hands on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't,
I need some of that light money then.
This fallout led to a back and forth. In one interview, Mayweather addressed his beef with 50 and other rappers like Nelly and T.I. and said, "You've got to realize, I've been relevant for 18 years. God has blessed me with an unbelievable talent. With fast feet, fast hands, unbelievable defense, and a very, very sharp mind. So I'm thankful for that. Of course, hip-hop artists, they come and go. They come and go. But I'm still here." And 50 responded to this criticism in traditional fashion.
Woke up, I look at the computer say, Floyd said, "Fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say fuck me for? Nelly fucked your first baby mama, Melissa, then took your fiance. Say fuck that nigga.
50 then made the now infamous accusation that Floyd couldn't read.
This is a special ASLELS challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to. Fuck the bucket of ice, man. I got a phone call from my man Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy said if Floyd accepts the challenge, then he'll put it on the actual show, so you can read it on the show. We don't want to put pressure on you. We know you can't pronounce those words in that Harry Potter book, so we're going to let you read Cat in the Hat.
But this beef was soon squashed when they both happened to be attending a Monique comedy show in Las Vegas.
When Monique came up, she spent like 10 minutes of her set on me and Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, look, it was like,
oh, telling y'all need to stop the beef
stop
and
beefing with each other and whatever. And I'm like, look, he don't need me, I don't need him, right? And it's different because a lot of the people around are codependent, so they're his habits are to treat people like that. So then, eventually they resolve it a lot faster. Like me and him get into an argument, and it can go on for a lot longer because we don't really need each other.
right.
It's two separate things, but I call him champ when I'm talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to take away the discipline and the work that he put in.
And it's only after this beef that Floyd had been truly exposed. In February of 2026, Vlad spoke about the time he visited the home of the influencer Wes Watson and learned some interesting information about Floyd Mayweather.
But when we're getting ready to shoot, he's got like these kind of people at his house,
right?
And there's this like old school jeweler dude there. Like they're like, oh, this is like one of the OG jeweler guys. This is like who everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, and I'm not gonna say who it is, but he's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. Now I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like
I
crazy.
mean, it only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy shit like that.
But you would think that your investments would continue to grow.
Right.
As long as you keep your spending under wraps. Like right now, like I could retire right now. This could be my last interview ever.
Right.
And with my investments, you know, I invested into a lot of great companies like Google and Amazon and Tesla over the years, and those companies have all grown and continue to grow, right? And I could actually borrow money against my stock portfolio without even selling my stocks.
Right.
So I assumed that Mayweather was in a similar spot because he made so much cash, and if you invested even in common stocks, you should do pretty well. But I mean, listen, Mayweather never flies commercial. He's only flying private.
So he doesn't own his own plane?
I don't think so. I've never seen a Mayweather plane, like a Drake plane. I've never seen that.
And more recently, these rumors have been proven to be true.
So Floyd Mayweather is currently facing felony charges for passing a bad check.
Oh my God.
Yes. So right now he faces 2 felony charges in Vegas over allegations that he wrote a bad check to purchase a watch from a luxury resale store. So the charges they actually came down in April, but he was just supposed to be in court Monday, but his attorney went for him. So the charge, he's being currently charged with theft for value over $100,000 or greater, and draw or pass a check with intent to defraud for value over $1,200 or greater. So what happened is back in December of 2024, there's a receipt that ESPN and prosecutors have obtained where Floyd went into a resale boutique and tried to purchase an AP. Now, when he purchased the AP, he used a check to purchase this. Now, the store owner, the place is called Golden Beyond, is saying that he had a long-term business relationship with Floyd before the alleged transaction. So when the check and everything was happening, like when the money didn't come through, he gave Floyd some time, almost about a year, to try and make good for this, and it didn't happen.
And depending on which way the court case goes, Floyd could be spending years in prison and be the latest victim of the 50 Cent curse. Ja Rule was viewed as the next up after the passing of Tupac and Biggie, and he came in with his own style and was one of the biggest rappers in the world during the very early 2000s and late 90s. However, this position gradually started to crumble when he got on the wrong side of 50 Cent. A series of diss tracks that went back and forth, but 50 Cent's song Back Down has been credited as the kill shot that destroyed Ja Rule's career, mainly because Ja Rule took far too long to respond. Ja Rule has since explained that he had label issues which prevented him from responding promptly, but what happened to Ja Rule afterward looked less like someone who lost a rap battle and more like someone who had been cursed. As well as his declining music career, Ja Rule soon got into legal trouble.
According to the NYPD, Ja got pulled over late on Sunday night for going way over the speed limit and having expired license plates. But that was the least of his worries, because when cops searched his ride, they found a .40 caliber handgun. The rapper and two of his boys were arrested for criminal weapons possession.
Ja Rule was sentenced to 2 years in prison for weapons possession, but did not turn himself in until around 2011. Around the same time, he was also in trouble with the IRS, which led to him serving prison time for weapons charges in tax evasion.
Do you know why Ja Rule spent 2 years in prison in 2013? After pleading guilty to failing to file his tax returns on his music business. Ja Rule had a tax debt worth more than $1 million from 2004 to 2008 and was sentenced to 2 years. After spending about 2 years in prison starting in 2013 for failing to file tax returns and owing more than $1 million in taxes from income earned between 2004 and 2008, the U.S. government then filed another suit against him, demanding more than $3 million for his unpaid taxes owed from 2005 to 2010 and from 2012 to 2017.
After prison, he was scheduled to headline a music festival in 2016, which would become famous for all the wrong reasons.
A major festival fail, the Fire Music Festival, which promises a luxury lifetime experience in the Bahamas, went really wrong. Festival goers were promised an amazing time in the islands of the Exumas, but instead they got an expensive nightmare.
One of the organizers is the rapper Ja Rule. He tweeted out, "While this is not his fault, he apologizes to everyone involved, and it's unclear at this point if any of those people will get their money back."
Ja Rule was cleared of all charges, but as a co-founder of the festival, he got a ton of bad publicity from the subsequent documentaries made about it. Ultimately, his life went from bad to worse ever since the day he crossed 50 Cent. However, when you look at how things have ended up for other enemies of 50, he can count himself lucky. In the early 2000s, 50 was asked to ghostwrite lyrics for Sean Diddy Combs, and these lyrics have led to the conspiracy that 50 predicted his downfall. In the song Let's Get It, Diddy rapped, "Ayo, call me Diddy, I run this city. Send the cops, the DA, and feds to come get me. Cats want to leave me for dead, you coming with me." Diddy and 50 supposedly fell apart during the wedding of 50 Cent's manager, Chris Lighty, where 50 witnessed some major red flags.
He said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
This beef escalated when 50 tried to sign the rapper Mace from Diddy's label to G-Unit, and Diddy asked for a price that he felt was far too high. And around the same time of this feud, 50 made an outlandish accusation against Diddy at the time on the song Hip Hop, rapping, "Who shot Biggie Smalls? We don't get him. They gon' kill us all. Man, Puffy know who hit that. Man, that man's soft. He scared them boys from the west side'll break him off." Diddy and 50 patched things up, and 50 ghost wrote for Diddy once again on the song Let's Get It, which contained the lines, "Cars, jewelry, and big homes, yeah, Diddy did it. Shootouts, coastal beefs, yeah, Diddy did it. But my lawyer's so good that Diddy got acquitted." But this beef would be reignited when 50 accused Diddy of further profiting off Biggie after producing the 2009 biopic Notorious. 50 said, "When was the last time Diddy really was bigging up his brother, not bigging up his bank?" This beef was intensified through their rival vodka brands and led to another outlandish accusation. In 2016, the documentary Murder Rap alleged that Diddy was involved in the shooting of Tupac Shakur, and 50 tweeted in response, LMAO, so Puffy with the ish, huh? See, you gotta watch these punks. Scary ass, try you. No Puffy juice. He Tupac, LOL. Where Diddy seemed to have gotten the upper hand was when he was seen dating 50 Cent's baby mama Daphne Joy. But soon the walls would start crashing in on Diddy, and just like Ja Rule, his life went from bad to worse.
The extraordinary scene late today, federal agents moving in on homes in Los Angeles and Miami, homes belonging to music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
As most people watching will know, Diddy was hit with federal charges of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of trafficking, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. The strangest thing was that all of this came to light in the year of 2024, and in the music video for Let's Get It, when he rapped about the feds coming to get him, he was wearing a hockey jersey with the number 24. Ultimately, Diddy was only convicted of the 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, which weren't with women, it was male prostitutes, and sentenced to 4 years in prison. But while he was locked up behind bars, an intimate video emerged which exposed the size of his nether region and has since made him into a laughingstock.
Y'all saw this, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. You gotta free him.
You've been through enough. You can't be in jail going through.
You can't. You gotta free him, yo.
Oh man.
You gotta let him out.
It explains a lot. Napoleon complex and such.
It explains any crime. I did it. I spent the whole 12 hours putting different crimes in there. All right, come in the bank. Hey, give me money, give it up right now. And you know that's his shit. You be like, all right,
I get it.
He's stressed. He's a little frustrated. He's going through it. Yeah. He's having a hard time.
Some bread.
But really, more than this is that 50 Cent leveraged this entire situation with Diddy, who it appeared had been winning the beef with 50 Cent because he was richer, had a more successful liquor brand, was more dominant in the music industry for a longer period of time. But when it all came crashing down, 50 Cent was the one that cashed in on it on the Netflix side and made a documentary cursing Diddy even further. The beef between 50 and Rick Ross supposedly began at the 2009 BET Awards when 50 didn't say what's up to Ross.
Ross and 50, right? Mm-hmm. Ross is not, they got a beef because 50 didn't say what up to him. That's just a New York thing.
Right.
At one of the awards. I wasn't there, but that's how it sparred.
Right.
Nigga ain't say what's up to me. Because down south, y'all have more of a...
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Bring you an apple pie to your crib.
Both rappers engaged in disses towards one another, and 50 even made cartoons about Ross. Ultimately, 50 believed that Ross was one of the biggest frauds in hip-hop.
Like, I've seen a lot of guys to the highest level. Like, this guy's the biggest fraud we've seen thus far. Like, if you go from, the guy was a correctional officer, and he writes from the perspective of the biggest drug dealer in Miami. Now, we know Miami is a port when it comes through there, and we know how, people, like, the way they love Scarface, his infatuation with that got him, he done created this new character. Actually, the guy's name that he took, Rick Ross, Freeway Rick, he gets out next month. So 18 years, you know he's going to be knocking on his door like,
take my name, mother.
Yeah. And you're a correctional officer and you decide to stop working corrections in order to go rap as if you're the biggest drug dealer in Miami. It's amazing.
And while Ross was not as unfortunate career-wise as Ja Rule, he was also plagued by some unfortunate and unexplainable incidents. In the early 2010s, Ross narrowly escaped tragedy.
And, one day I was on a flight, and I just remember my buddy, coming to get me like, get up, homie, you just had a seizure, let's go. We got to get off the plane. And I'm like, 45 minutes later, I boarded a private plane. An hour into the flight, as soon as I fell asleep, I had another seizure.
And Ross has had not one, but 2 incidents where he almost died on a plane. In 2024, he took shots at Drake's private jet, which is a cargo plane that was repurposed as a luxury jet.
I got one more question for BBL Drizzy. One more question. How long you gonna stay on that plane? It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's a 1978 cargo plane, wasn't built for humans. It's dangerous. Imagine a white boy with the soul plane. God! Imagine a white boy with the soul. How that boy Casa not do?
In an act of near instant karma, Ross was involved in a near fatal plane crash on his own jet.
So, thank everybody for all the prayers, but I'm gonna tell you, we on the jet and I'm seeing the fighter jet. I see his nose. It's like Tom Cruise from Top Gun. I seen his nose. I'm seeing him in the cockpit. And I'm like, damn. I see his cheeks and nose going back from the G-force. I'm like, damn. And then, hey man, it happened. You know what I'm saying? I can't say what happened, but it happened. Come on, white boy. White boy. Come on, man. But I'm gonna tell you something. What I'm gonna take back about Drake old plane, BBL Drizzy, I know you got the ashtrays in the armrest. In that hindsight, that's really dope. Like, you know, some smoking, you know. But we safe, everybody.
A more recent incident of instant karma, if you want to call it that, occurred on the PBD podcast where he took shots at 50 Cent.
Rose, the history with you and 50, is it better now? You guys now friends? Like, do you guys talk now, or is it still no relationship?
Nah, homie Wash, we've never been cool.
From day one?
No.
This is a big business you guys are a part of. You guys are two of the heavyweights in the business.
I mean, what is there to talk about?
A lot of things to talk about. History, the beef.
What kind of history? That he couldn't dress? That's all I used to tell him. Yo, you can't dress. You're not really getting no money. You don't own your masters. Eminem saved you. Dr. Dre saved you. All the big names. Rose did it himself. I came in through slip and slide. I had to build this myself. And I'm not speaking down on him because he live in a 2-bedroom apartment, but...
He lives in a 2-bedroom apartment?
2-bedroom.
And shortly after these comments, this humiliating image surfaced of Rick Ross taking a commercial flight from Colombia. In response, Ross claimed that his private jet was getting Starlink attached to it.
For the ones who want to know where my jet at, I obviously didn't get the memo. It's being updated with Starlink. You know what Starlink is? Yeah, that's the $500,000 Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's where my jet at. And I chose to fly commercial to Colombia to go party with Trick Daddy and Ball Greasy at the Escape the States vibe. And that was a hell of a vibe. I had an amazing time.
But the top comment on the video reads, "Rich man equivalent of my car in the shop." Rick Ross could bounce back from this humiliation, but when most of the people that were talking about 50 Cent were beating him financially, or at least it appeared to be so, in Floyd Mayweather and in Rick Ross, we're seeing that 50 Cent may have learned his lesson from the early 2000s when he was spending frivolously with a gigantic team and is now better off in a place with less liabilities than a Rick Ross who has to explain to the internet why he's taking commercial flights.